Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It is really great to see you all on here. I'm super excited that you are taking the time out of your day to join the call and be open to learning about something that could quite literally transform your life. I am Beth Blackmore. I'm a health and empowerment coach that has switched gears a little bit over the last couple of years, having gone through my own health journey that began 6 years ago when I woke up to my program mind and I chose to change up my life a little bit, my lifestyle habits, my food choices. I lost 60 pounds in the process. And this was really the start of this reinvention. I knew that I wanted to do more with my life. So I actually left behind my government career in HR to pursue my passion in coaching others to empower themselves through their mind and through their health. So, being this lifelong learner, I am constantly open to new information and embracing change. And so, it was a year ago now that I was introduced to this revolutionary phototherapy modality in the field of regenerative science and age reversal. This has had a huge impact on me, my health, my business as a coach, and the health of my loved ones and those that I have shared this patch with. I absolutely love sharing about this phototherapy light patch because I have seen with my own eyes what this has done for me and the people in my life. And so when I actually first started patching, I split my first order with my mom. I patched my 77-year-old mom. She started to experience benefits within a day or two of patching. Her debilitating knee pain, the inflammation that she was experiencing had eased up, and she had been in pain for years. She was actually going to see a physiotherapist 3 times a week, and that physiotherapist noticed more mobility, less inflammation, and she asked her what she was doing differently. And she mentioned all that had changed was this sticker that her daughter put on her. My mom had also started to have better quality of sleep, sleeping deeper. She noticed more energy during the day. She was able to return to her regular activities of walking and gardening and swimming and caring for her younger grandkids. For me, the benefits have been life changing as well. I started sleeping through the night a couple of days after I started patching, having vivid dreams, which I had not had in years. I also no longer have this lower back and compression issue, this tightness that I had off and on, likely from sitting at a desk during my day job for years. And so no more visits to the chiropractor. I also have no more stiff and sore joints. I recover quicker after working out. My energy, my mental clarity, my mental focus have improved. I'm also pleased to report that I feel this sense of calm and less anxious in this crazy world. But what truly fires me up is that I know that the best is yet to come. My body is healing and repairing and age reversing, as you will soon discover. So I'm going to bring up some slides. I'm going to get into the formal part of this presentation. I will be having people share their stories with you, and I will open it up for Q&A in a little bit, but just let me pull up my slides. And if you could give me a big old thumbs up when you can see my slides. All good? Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you. So tonight you are going to learn all about how you can support the body do what it does best, which is heal by activating your body's own healing power by using your body's own light. So I want to say at the outset that LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease or medical condition. This is not a medical device that requires FDA approval. This patch is actually FDA recognized as a general wellness product. And so everything that we present, everything that we'll be discussing tonight will focus on general wellness rather than addressing specific symptoms and experiences rather than specific diseases. Okay, so talking about some of the symptoms that you may be experiencing or those of your loved ones. Are you feeling low on energy, struggling to get through the day, struggling to remain active? Maybe you're feeling older and frustrated that your mind, your body are not keeping up like they once did. Are you struggling to focus, suffering from brain fog and remembering all the things on your to-do list? Does it feel like you've hit a wall and it's all downhill from here? Is your mind, is your body preventing you from living a full and active life? Well, I want you to imagine for a second if you could feel more energized to do all that you need to do, all that you want to do in life. Imagine if you could have more mental clarity, better focus, more mental clarity. I said that twice, mental clarity. I'm going to hone in on that one. But imagine if you could be more active. And not only that, but level up your physical game, building lean, strong muscles and bones, recovering faster after working out. What would it feel like if you were in a more relaxed state, better sleep, where you wake up in the same position that you fell asleep in? And on top of all that, who wouldn't want to age gracefully, have smoother, more youthful skin, regrow your hair, maybe get your natural hair color back, no more stiff and sore joints, maybe no longer needing your reading glasses. Imagine if you could reverse the aging process. Okay, so I'm going to throw some stats at you. This is super interesting. As we age, we lose healthy stem cells. And this is the healing and the repair mechanisms our bodies rely on. So our stem cells actually go dormant. So by the age of 30, healthy stem cells decrease by 60%. And by 60 years old, those healthy stem cells decrease by a whopping 90%. And not only is the natural aging process contributing to our decline in health, but unfortunately, this world we live in, this modern age of convenience and consumerism, we are all subjected to a barrage of toxins, chemicals in the air, in the water, in the food, in the man-made synthetic radiation everywhere. All of this leads to cellular dysfunction. And our bodies require healthy, active stem cells to heal and repair the body. These are actually the baby cells. They are these undifferentiated cells that replace the old dying cells. So they actually become your heart cells, your lung cells, your liver cells, your hair cells, and even your brain cells. And who doesn't need more brain cells these days? And we've heard of stem cell therapy, right? But this is expensive. People need to travel long distances to get it. It's invasive and risky, and it's actually only about 50% effective because it stays local to the injection site. So this is where regenerating your own stem cells becomes exciting, and why this phototherapy patch is such an exciting option. So, phototherapy, this might be a new term or concept for you, but healing with light is actually nothing new. It's been around since the dawn of time. The sun is nature's original phototherapy, signaling our bodies to make essential vitamin D, signaling other vital processes in the body. But photobiomodulation, say that 10 times fast, it's a type of light therapy that uses specific wavelengths of light to stimulate cells that boost energy production, promotes healing, reduces inflammation, improves blood flow, and helps with tissue repair. And what's exciting is that it is accessible. It's non-invasive, it's affordable, and risk-free. And so what if I told you that these little light patches use this very light technology to increase a naturally occurring copper peptide found within the human body? Well, that's exactly what the X39 patch does. So through this process of photobiomodulation, it stimulates the production of our own, or human, GHKCU copper peptide. And this is known as the holy grail of age reversal. And really important to note that this is not synthetic. You're not having to take this and inject this. It's not exogenous. These are your own copper peptides. They are naturally occurring, but just like with stem cells, they also decrease with age. So this copper peptide was isolated back in the 70s, in 1973, by Laurent Picard. He was a PhD and researcher. And so we know the incredible benefits of this peptide. You can actually check out about 50 years of research at pubmed.gov, which is a free online repository of scientific research. So some of the incredible benefits of GHKCU that we know of, it supports tissue repair and regeneration. So think wound healing, muscle and nerve repair. It boosts collagen and skin health by increasing collagen and elastin production. It also has multiple anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, anti-pain, and even anti-cancer properties. GHKCU is known to reset over 4,000 genes in our genome. So basically resetting our DNA to a younger, healthier state. But folks, here is the clincher. GHKCU reactivates our own dormant stem cells, and it does this through the power of the patch. So LifeWave X39 is a small wearable phototherapy patch about the size of a quarter, developed by David Schmidt. We're going to talk about him and his geniusness a little bit later. He is the founder of LifeWave. This is a patented product. It uses this process of photobiomodulation. So using your body's own infrared heat, right, which is a type of light. We are all light beings. We all emit a low level infrared light. We are all warm to the touch, right? The bed is warm when we wake up in the morning. We can see the heat coming off of us, right, with those night vision goggles that military wears. But one of the biggest questions I get is, how is this small sticker capable of doing this? So we need to recognize that, yes, we all emit this light, this heat. So think of this patch as a mirror, reflecting specific light frequencies back into the body, signaling biological changes at the cellular level. This patch consists of organic materials, amino acids, sugar, water, oxygen, and salt that form a crystal lattice structure that reflect these specific wavelengths of light. So these patches are non-transdermal. They are latex free. They do not contain any drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. So there's actually nothing on this patch that is going into your skin, into your body. So they're safe to use without interfering with any medications. There are no contraindications because nothing is being absorbed into your skin. So now for the good part, we're going to get into the benefits. What's in it for you? What's in it for your loved ones? So first off, it reduces inflammation and pain. And why this is so important is because we know that a fundamental common thread in diseases is chronic inflammation. It improves strength, stamina, and energy levels by targeting the mitochondria to help make more energy in the cells. And so this is why many people experience an energy boost. It improves muscle and bone density, strengthening, building lean, strong muscles and bones. Many professional athletes, Olympians use it to gain a competitive edge. So great for anyone wanting to level up their physical game. It helps with mental clarity. It reduces stress. This has been a huge bonus for me. Less brain fog, more mental clarity. It balances hormones and eases anxiety. It also helps with cycle regulation for women. Some of my good friends like me have also noticed that, they've experienced this sense of calm. It's like a weight has been lifted off our shoulders. It improves hair growth and skin appearance with increased collagen and elastin production. And I will note that both men and women are experiencing new hair growth, returning back to their natural hair color. It promotes cellular repair and wound healing. We know that surgeons are recommending their use on their patients pre and post surgery for faster healing. It improves sleep quality, with many people reporting deeper sleep, having vivid dreams. This is one of the most common benefits people have right off the bat. And this has also been a huge benefit for me, for my mom. So what is so unique though about this healing modality is that this patch helps the body to work systemically. So it works to heal and repair all over the body with a 2100% stem cell proliferation rate. So I'm going to go through some of the amazing long-term results now, but and just know that things are starting to happen right away. So whether you feel it or not, so within those first few days, your body starts to reset over 4,000 genes. Now, that is no small feat because we actually only have around 20,000 genes in our genome. So resetting 4,000 is huge. We've heard of the so-called benefits of red wine and the molecule it contains called resveratrol that resets 2 genes. And so we're talking here about resetting 4,000 genes with this patch. Then within 6 weeks, the brain becomes more balanced, more mental clarity, less brain fog, more focus, better memory, less anxiety, less depression. Many people coming off their anxiety and antidepressants. This is huge, right? With so many people suffering from mental health issues. Within 3 months, collagen increases. Many people, again, they think collagen is having to do with outward aesthetics, the skin, the hair, the nails, but collagen is actually the most abundant protein in the body. It's needed all throughout our vascular system, our blood vessels, all of our fascia, which supports our organs. Collagen is the master protein in our body, and we can create it with this patch. Within 6 months, the heart actually reverses in age. Many testimonials about people no longer in AFib, no longer requiring surgery, coming off their blood pressure meds. Powerful testimonials with improved heart function. And just to note this quote that David Schmidt has shared, it is not anti-aging. This patch is actually age reversal. So how do you wear it? Okay, it's super simple to wear this patch. You wear it for 12 hours, you take it off, it's disposable. There's a little bit of life left in it, so you can actually put it on your pet, wrap it around your dog's collar, and they get the benefit from the rest of the patch. It's adhesive with medical grade tape. So you stick it on the body, on the skin, it's activated by your heat. So you can even put it in your pocket or stick it to your undergarments and it will still be effective. That's why you don't want to transport them on you or in your pocket. So I usually wear mine on my wrist if I'm wanting to advertise it, but you can put it anywhere. So you put a new one on the next day, you wear it during the day, you take a break at night. So you want to make sure that there's a break from that stimulation of light. Otherwise, the body gets used to it. It's not effective. And we call that attenuation. So that's why it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Crucial that you are well hydrated and not just drinking water, but electrolytes are required to keep your cells hydrated. So a good quality sea salt, not the refined table salt, but that good quality sea salt has all of those trace minerals, those electrolytes in it. And those are the minerals that help to pull the water into the cells that actually hydrate inside of the cells, which is how we keep hydrated. And because this is working through a copper peptide, it's important that we have copper in the body. Many of us are actually copper deficient because of the modern agricultural practices. So, great sources of copper include everybody's favorite, right? Organ meats, the beef liver, but also oysters, other shellfish are excellent. Avocados, nuts, and seeds. So, cashews, sunflower seeds are great. You can also indulge in a little bit of dark chocolate. It should be the 90%. 90% or higher. And that's actually because it gives you enough copper for the day, just a little piece of chocolate. All right, so what can you expect? So you want to take note of your current state, like even prior to patching. So you can then track your progress. So you can take pictures of your skin, your hair, your scars, your veins. Write out your wish list of things that you want to see improve. So we provide actually a health tracker when you join to track your progress. It's important to realize that every body is different and everybody has a different makeup, different health history, different toxic load. And so what someone may experience right off the bat may not be what you experience right away. So you want to give it time. David Schmidt, the inventor, recommends committing to it for a month for every decade you are old. But after 3 months, 97% of users experience a noticeable difference. So ensure you commit to consistent use and you will see results. And although these patches, we might want them to do something specific. The body is extremely intelligent. It's going to heal and repair and do what it needs to do in priority sequence. We are just merely supporting the body do what it knows how to do. Sometimes your body will focus on areas you didn't expect. So you may have started patching because of your knee pain, but you might actually start feeling less anxious and your mental health improves. This is exactly what happened to a good friend of mine. And then it was her knee pain that went away. So patience is key here. Also, healing takes energy. So if you're tired, listen to your body, give yourself grace. It's important to get extra sleep because this is when the repair and the healing actually takes place. Also important to practice deep breathing. I mean, not only is that valuable practice to calm the nervous system, but to allow the oxygen to get in, allow that circulation to happen. All right, so I'm going to share with you some physical examples with some before and after pictures. So on the left, with this woman's hair growth, so you can see the progression of her hair from left to right. So this is over a 6-month period with the hair really filling in, right, with that from that wider part that she had back in July of last year. And then the more recent picture in January of this year. So many testimonials about hair growth and even natural hair color returning. Then the powerful before and after shots on the right with the scoliosis. So scoliosis is a curvature of the spine. This woman was using the X39 for a 4-week period and had these incredible results. She just to note there, she also used the ice wave patches for pain. This is one of the original phototherapy patches that David had created before the X39. But back to the scoliosis, Diane and I know someone personally. So Diane is my sponsor. Usually she can sometimes be on these calls. I'm going to share her powerful testimonial in just a minute. But we know someone personally on the team that has had an amazing story of healing of his curvature of the spine that he was born with. Really powerful testimonial. All right, so now here on the left is a skin condition. This woman was suffering from vitiligo, which is a skin condition where the skin becomes depigmented due to a lack of melanin, and it's often related to an autoimmune disease. So this woman claims that she had tried everything. Nothing worked until she patched with the X39. And so you can see this depigmented skin virtually disappears and it's more of a uniform color. Then on the right-hand side with the knee replacement surgery. So amazing difference in the before and after photos of this surgical wound. So healing after only 2 days on the patch. And as I said, surgeons are using these patches on their patients pre and post-op for faster healing with the stem cell activation. All right, so I talked about brain health a couple times with the mental clarity. And so here is an image of a functional EEG, a brain scan of a 77-year-old woman. On the left-hand side, so this is session one. This is before the use of the X39 patch. So that red is showing high inflammation of the brain, a lack of brain coherence. Then the second session, the middle scan, no more red, no more inflammation. This is after 3 weeks of wearing the patch. The dark blue is showing a low energy state, but the green that's showing, that's where you start to see some more coherence come in. The left brain talking to the right brain. Then at 6 weeks, that third session, you can see that there's still no inflammation. There's more coherence showing with the green, indicating even more brain coherence. And this is only after 6 weeks of patching. All right, so this is my friend Diane. She's the one that introduced me to the patch. This is her incredible story. After months of suffering from heart and lung issues from being sick, she was open to trying the patch because it was something natural with no side effects. And so within 24 hours of being on the patch, she was no longer short of breath. Her heart palpitations went away. She was back exercising, doing intense HIIT training 2 weeks later. A month after that, her dry eye, her floaters went away. A year and a half later, she no longer required her reading glasses. Her eyebrows, her eyelashes have grown in, her spider veins have disappeared, and the gray hair is gone. She introduced the patches to her 80-year-old father. He was a huge skeptic. That's him pictured there with her on the right-hand side. So this picture is actually of both of them after her dad won 3 of the 4 games of racquetball that he played against Diane. This was probably back in February. So whereas 3 years ago there was no way he could do that. He had sciatica pain, he had gout, he had plantar fasciitis, he had numbness in his leg, limited mobility and strength, and now all of that is gone. It took him 4 months before he saw any improvement, but he was consistent with it. Diane was encouraging him to keep going, and this is the result of his consistency. All right, now I'm just going to show this picture. Sometimes Terry's on the call too. I'm not sure. I don't think I saw Terry, but I don't know if it's her. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and share Terry's son, Adam. He had suffered from alopecia for 10 years. They had spent quite a bit of money. They invested quite a bit in different, different natural, different health modalities to try to heal his alopecia. Even I think they did an experimental medication. Nothing worked. He started patching, I believe, March 1st. This is 6 days after patching. He's starting to get this peach fuzz. This is the middle picture. Then 2.5 months later on the patch, he's got about an inch of hair on his head. And so this is just phenomenal results. Obviously, they're over the moon with, having suffered this for 10 years. Truly, truly amazing. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we have a couple people on the call tonight that are going to share their powerful testimonials. Oh, I see Andia. Hi, Andia. Do you want to unmute and share?
Sure. Hi,
Awesome.
everyone. My name is Andia, and I've been wearing the patches for no, actually, it's 8 months and 1 day. So I've been saying 7 months for a while now. It's finally 8 months. So I was introduced to these patches because I had a doctor on my podcast who's often on these calls with Beth, and she shared her amazing story about her mom's congestive heart failure, thyroid issues. And when we were done with that call, I was almost in tears. When we were done recording, I was like, I need to get this patch for my mom. She's got polymyalgia. I wasn't actually going to wear the patch. My mom's polymyalgia was so bad. She was not in a wheelchair, but she could not walk for like the first about 3 hours of the day. And when she did finally get up and walk, she was hunched over significantly, like walking like she's 100 years old and she's 61 years old. So, um, and she was also given 3 pills of prednisone for that pain. And my mom has been wearing the patches the same amount of time as me. And about 2 months ago, she had no pain in her legs anymore, and she's now completely off her prednisone. So that's my mom's story. And I wasn't actually going to put the patches on, but I was like, well, I don't want my mom to use them alone, so I will do this. And who doesn't want to reverse their age and have nice long hair? So, the first day I started the patches, this wasn't planned, but I stopped drinking coffee. And for those of you who drink coffee, you know the dreaded withdrawal that we will uh, go through if when we do stop. It's lots of tiredness, about 2 weeks of tiredness, and the blood rushing up to the head is why we get those really intense headaches. I had absolutely no caffeine withdrawal. And then from there, I had significant brain clarity. I've never been a person to say I have brain fog, but now I know I had brain fog because now I know how I feel now. And my energy levels have increased significantly. In my 40s, I have not been able to have motivation to work out. And I have so much energy now that I am motivated to do things like working out. And the two biggest things that have happened for me that I was not expecting, my period cramps are gone. And these glasses are the second pair of glasses in six, yeah, in a 6 months time frame that I've had because my eyes are starting to reverse. And typically my whole life I've worn glasses since I was in the fourth grade, and every about year and a half or 2 years I get glasses and that I'm always worse. I've never went the other way. And now I'm going the other way. So hopefully be off the glasses soon, but I think that was the gist of it.
Awesome. Thanks, Andia. That's amazing. Okay, I just have a little question. So, what is polymyalgia? If you could just explain that.
Yeah, so polymyalgia is similar to fibromyalgia, and it's basically pain all over the body. Unexplained pain all over the body.
Wow.
Yep,
And your mom's doing really well now. That's amazing.
yep,
You must be so excited for you and her. All these amazing testimonials and all these amazing results that you're experiencing. We just keep age reversing. Isn't it amazing?
it is.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing tonight.
You're welcome.
All right, Roger, if you could unmute yourself and share your story.
Yeah, thanks, Beth. My privilege. I We just had an incredible experience last Saturday where my mom, who has been in long-term care for years, and what put her in long-term care for years was her left knee. She needed a replacement, but at the same time, her left hip was also compromised. So her doctor would not operate on the one because you need both to obviously to heal and to get better. So mom ended up in long-term care. She has been in excruciating pain, knee pain mostly, as a result of it. And they've tried everything, and they finally got her to a point where the meds she was on were helping. But as of 6 weeks ago, she's been on the patch, the X39 patch. And to this day, and I know I've shared this in the past, where mom was sharing how now she has no pain in her. She literally goes through this exercise. She has no pain in her hands, no pain in her arms, and she can move her neck freely like this, and she's doing this. So that is the first thing that we noticed. Now, keep in mind that I didn't put the patch on my mom necessarily for her knee or her hip because I didn't know what the patch would do. I initially put the patch on my mom because of the dementia that she was having. And it was very known, very obvious to those closest to her, my dad, Noreen, myself, that come the sundowners hours, late afternoon, early evening, she was very confused. So now with the patch, she's back and she's vital. She's alive. I just got off the phone with her. I just played an original song that I wrote 4 years ago for her. And she said, Roger, that was beautiful. And my toes were a tapping. She's like, she is alive. She's no longer slumped down in her wheelchair like this. right? When we visit her, she's alive. Not only that, but here's the big one. On Saturday, she got to attend her granddaughter's wedding. And that is so super cool. She showed up, and there was a day when I would push mom, she's in a wheelchair. I would push her over the cracks in the sidewalk, and she'd flinch with every crack. And now, no flinching, no nothing. I ask her, Mom, how's your pain today? Roger, I have no pain. And it's true. The big kicker for Noreen and I, we were there on Friday because we were surprising her. We hadn't told her prior that she was going to the wedding on Saturday. We brought her this beautiful dress, a Caribbean colored dress for her, so that she could look like a queen. And we showed her this dress. She was just blown away. She showed us, and I had never seen this before, her do this. She lifted her right leg a foot off of the wheelchair pedestal, which is cool. But
that's not normal for her.
No.
Like, not to the extreme that for her to move her foot an inch and inch her way off the foot pedal down to the ground, that was excruciating for her. That would take her 10 minutes to be able to do. And when we saw her, even after the wedding, she was just like, literally, she just moved her feet up and down.
A foot off of it.
She was just bouncing. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how did that even happen?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
No, that was what Noreen's referring to, was her left leg. I was going to go there.
Oh, okay.
But that's cool. That's exactly what Noreen described. It was her left leg, which put her in the long-term care in the wheelchair in the first place. And now she's lifting it a foot off the pedestal.
Amazing.
Okay? Now, in addition to that, there's just her whole mindset is so incredible. She's talking. I never heard my mom say this word, I don't know, in years, but she was glowing. She said, Roger, I am glowing.
Wow.
To have your 87-year-old mother use that word, that's pretty cool. And not only that, but what did she say to us? She said that she's part of the world again.
That's amazing. Yeah.
She was feeling very isolated, and just because of the pain and her posture, she was just always looking down, and that has loosened, the patch has loosened, all of her neck muscles, and it's just amazing.
It's amazing. And I keep telling her, Mom, I'm praying that this patch will get you out of that wheelchair and will get you walking again. So yeah, very, very powerful to watch it unfold, Beth.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to show a picture of your glowing mom that you sent me. Yeah. Okay, here it is. This is from Saturday at the wedding, at your daughter's wedding, that she was able to attend in her glowing dress. Love it.
Yeah. Thanks, Beth, for that. Yeah. She just lit everybody up because nobody was expecting her to be there. Right. And she surprised everybody. We didn't tell anybody she was coming. And when she arrived, it was like, yeah, my daughter was blown away. Everybody was just so thrilled that she was present.
That's so amazing. I'm so happy
talk about
for you.
age. Thank you, Beth. You talk about age reversal. I love it. Let's reverse my mom's age, right?
And you had even shared too that the staff at the long-term care facility had also noticed a change in her personality. That she was more with it, but also more friendly, and wasn't. I just had this new vibe about her after patching as well. So even her mood, her personality is changing. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. So
amazing.
That's our update.
So much. That's awesome. Keep us posted. Thanks so much for sharing tonight.
You're welcome, Beth.
All right. Now I would love to, if Bridget could unmute herself. Yeah, great. There, I see you now.
Hello.
Hello.
So yes, this is my first time giving a testimonial, so I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
So yes, I've been on the patch for 2 months and 1 week now. And so prior to starting, I had like extreme vertigo. I was basically like falling backwards. I went to the hospital. They didn't understand what was going on. So Denise said, you got to try the patch, right? So as soon as I put it on with in 24 hours, I never been dizzy again. And like that was a really weird week for me with that. So I was like, okay, it's gone. So yeah, so then the very first week on it, basically like my seasonal allergies, like year round, and I'm allergic to my cats that I have. I constantly blow my nose all day and night, like waking up in the night, my nose is running. Within the first week, I like could breathe again, and my allergies are like pretty well gone. Like I would say 90%. And it's just incredible. Um, like my stockpile of Kleenex isn't going to be bought anymore, so that's great. So yeah, and then my Eustachian tubes, like the inner ear, I had like clicking and popping, like here and there, like probably from my allergies. That's gone as well within the first week, and it drove me crazy. So I'm super glad that's gone. My sleeping, as everyone, mentioned that like I'm not tossing and turning. Um, I'm not like I used to toss and turn in pain. Like I have multiple sclerosis. So basically, I notice as well that I need less sleep. Like I'm waking up at like 6:15 out of nowhere, refreshed and ready to go. So, and I used to have to sleep 8 to 10 hours, right? So like I'm sleeping like 7, 8 hours max, like, and I'm feeling good like throughout the day as well. I have like a lot more energy. With my multiple sclerosis, I have an overactive bladder and it was really bad. Like I would take a sip of water and I'd be at the washroom, and I'm telling you, it's like 80, 90% better. It's within 2 months. Like I just like, and these are things I never thought that would happen, right? With the patch. So, and then my heart rate as well. I go to a doctor every week, and while I'm getting like shots or whatever, they monitor my heart rate, and my heart rate used to go over 100 every time I talked, and like it's not going over 85, and my resting heart rate's like 70, and it never was like that, and the doctor noticed too. So that's amazing. My eyebrows are growing in, my hair. It's getting like already like I see baby hairs coming in and everything, and it's not falling out in clumps in the shower anymore. Um, and also, let's see here. I had daily headaches with my MS as well, and like severe migraines, like maybe once a week. I've maybe had one migraine in 2 months, and my daily headaches like persistently got better and better. And I haven't had like a headache in weeks. So yeah, it's
That
just been
is
great.
amazing, Bridget. Like,
Yes, thank
wow,
you.
I am so excited for you. I didn't realize all of these benefits that you've had. I'm so grateful that you came on tonight to share. And
Thank
I'm just so
you.
excited for you, and more that's to come, right? So
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait to see what the future holds and what it does for my MS as well.
amazing. I love it. Thanks so much for sharing tonight. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right, I'm going to go back and start. Well, I mean, mic drop. Like, I think we can just kind of pack it in, but I'm going to go back and talk, share my screen about. I'm going to get into a little bit about David Schmidt, and then we'll close it out. I'll open it up for questions. So, but I do want to share with you about who is behind this miracle patch. So meet David Schmidt. He is the genius, the scientist, the inventor, the founder, and the CEO of this 20-year-old company that we know as LifeWave. So with over 200 patents to his name now, I have to adjust the slide. He's just getting started. There's more exciting innovations to come. He's planning 5, 10, 20 years out. But it all started when he started to work for the US government. He was contracted to create something for Navy SEALs during what is known as Hell Week, where they had to stay mentally alert and focused for 36-hour missions without stimulants, caffeine, medications. And that's when the first phototherapy patch was born. It was his first patent. So then, through the power of networking, David was invited by the Stanford University swim coach to patch the U.S. women's Olympic swim team. They all ended up beating their personal records using this original energy enhancer patch that he created. The anti-doping agency actually had to come in to test them due to their results, but because the patches work through light, it was all above board. So now all this was 20 years ago, even before the LifeWave company was born. But then in 2008, David recognized that the future of medicine was in stem cells. And so after 10 years of research, $4.5 million by 2020, he had received a 20-year patent on the X39. And so the trajectory of this company has skyrocketed. So while LifeWave has always been considered a direct sales company, the business was predominantly generated by practitioners and doctors selling out of their clinics until the X39 really blew the doors open with the phenomenal results and attracted some big time networkers. And so this company went from a steady state $20 million company to closing out 2024 over 600 million. So this 3,000% growth rate in 4 years' time. And this tremendous growth has been recognized by Direct Selling News with the Bravo Growth Award, which honors companies with the highest year-over-year revenue growth on the Global 100 list. So companies that are not only scaling their businesses, but setting new benchmarks for the entire industry. LifeWave has been awarded this honor for 2 years in a row now. And what makes this product so unique, there is nothing else like it on the market. So there's no competition because the X39 holds this 20-year patent. You can check out the 22-page patent, but this one paragraph really says it all. Elevates copper peptide, GHKCU, activates stem cells, improvements in strength, stamina, and pain relief. There are clinical studies that show significant increase in the production of copper peptide GHKCU, and it's measured by blood samples, urine analysis, other blood lab analysis. And in order to get a patent, you have to prove that it works. There's a really great website where you can check out, reference the patents, check out the studies, the interviews with David Schmidt, along with doctors. Also really powerful testimonials at thisisitinfo.com. So everything from neuropathy to hearing to sleep improvements to neurological improvements. There's a whole section on children and the powerful benefits that they've experienced as well. So you want to check out that site, thisisitinfo.com. Okay, so what could this little patch mean for you, for a loved one? So maybe you've got some increased confidence because your body, your mind are feeling so good. You finally get to the root cause. You're healing your body at the cellular level. People are taking notice. They're asking what you're doing. Maybe you're waking up fully rested after a solid night's sleep, like our friend Bridget here. Maybe you have more energy to enjoy life more. Your physique is changing. Your body, you're building lean, strong muscles. You're recovering quicker after working out. Or maybe you're living a life with more ease, less financial stress as you share this out with others. Maybe you're able to offset the cost of your patches, cover a monthly expense, or have more financial abundance, as this company is the #1 momentum company in the industry of direct sales right now. This is all possible for you with the power of the patch. So let me share with you how you can start. LifeWave offers 3 options to enroll. These prices are in US dollars, and for a month's worth of patches, so that's 30 patches in a sleeve. It's what we call a sleeve. It's an envelope. So the first option is enrolling as a retail customer, paying retail price, no commitment. We often see doctors and practitioners in the States set themselves up like this, offering this to their patients. However, of course, you would like to benefit from the wholesale pricing of $99 US. So you have 2 additional options. You can sign up as a preferred customer with a monthly subscription, or as a brand partner. So we typically recommend the brand partner option because not only do you unlock wholesale pricing, but you also secure a spot on the team and can leverage the incredible momentum this company is experiencing by building a business without additional cost or overhead. It is just the cost of your patches. And so what often people do is they become walking billboards. They naturally share the patches with others. They earn a commission, build a side hustle, or a full-time business, like many of us on this powerhouse team. So signing up as a brand partner, there are 3 enrollment options to get you started. As you can see, the more you purchase, the better the value. Big reduction in the price with the premium package. It's the best value for your money, with the sleeves reducing in price from $99 to $87.50. And then the advantages, right, of having sleeves on hand. You can share them with family and friends in your life. You can gift them to your aging parents, loan them out to people as you wait for their order to come in. It's always a bonus to have extra sleeves on hand. And so with all of these enrollment packs, you're only paying for the cost of your patches. That is your only investment in this business, the investment in your own personal patches. So signing up as a brand partner, there's no pressure to share or ever build a business, but you are securing your spot on the team should you ever wish to start sharing. And this team that we are a part of is the number one team in the whole company. It has an incredible leadership team. It has training and systems in place to grow your business. No prior experience or training in sales or direct marketing required. Just a passion to help people with the freedom model. But it all starts with your health. Health is foundational with this freedom model. So I want to thank you for coming on the call today. I encourage you to reach out to the person who invited you on this call. They can set you up with the best option for you. I would love to open it up for questions for new or invited guests on the call tonight. And I am going to kick it off though. A question for you. My closing question: what if investing in your health gave you the greatest return of your life? All right. So I'm just checking the chat to see if there's any questions. Amplify the benefits of the health circulator. Is the production of stem cells that takes away pain? So what happens? I mean, there's a variety of things, Luciana, that's going on with the body. So when I talked about resetting genes to a younger, healthier state, so that is really the blueprint. So the genes in your cells, right? The fragments, the DNA, the genes in your cells are like a blueprint. And so it's reprogramming the blueprint of your cells to a younger, healthier state. In terms of the inflammation and pain, I mean, this is another amazing benefit of the GHKCU. So not only is GHKCU reactivating dormant stem cells, but it also has those anti-inflammatory properties. And so that's typically what the GHKCU copper peptide is doing. In terms of stem cells, I mean, those are those baby cells that I talked about that are repairing and healing your body. And so as we age, we lose that capability of those healing and repair stem cells. And so, you know, this GHKCU copper peptide reactivates our own dormant stem cells. And so they go to heal the body wherever the body needs that healing. So, I mean, it's complicated. There's a bunch of things going on here, but it's all doing so with this patented patch. I hope that answers your question. Telomere extension. Oh, that's a good question. I know that one of the so the Alavita, so there is, I believe there's 11 patches in total. One of the patches does help with the production of epitalamin. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is also epitalamin. It's also a naturally occurring peptide, I'm assuming. But I know that one does elongate telomeres. I know that specifically. And that's another different phototherapy patch. So what we recommend is that, I mean, X39 is the one that is the only one, it's the only phototherapy patch that reactivates our stem cells. So that's really getting to the root. And then you could potentially supplement with the other regular or original patches on top of that, depending on what you might be experiencing health-wise, what your health goals are. You know, there are a variety of other patches, but we recommend to keep it simple because we've just seen so many powerful testimonials just with the X39 that it does help everybody with everything. It just could take some time, right? So, I mean, we've talked a lot about like overnight. Yes, it's totally safe to wear both. Some people, I think Andy, when I was with her this weekend, I think she was wearing 5. So yes, you can, but keep it simple, folks. Like X39, at least for a month, maybe 3 months. And then, you know, you can incorporate and supplement with other ones. And you like, you know, these testimonials that we've heard tonight was really with the X39. And that's what I would really start with. That's what I would recommend. It really is the jack of all trades phototherapy patch. Yeah, you can always add on other patches later, for sure. Any other questions? Has it blown your minds? Well, if there are no other questions, I encourage you to reach out to the person that invited you on this call tonight. They can answer further questions and set you up with the best package and pricing available. This call, this recording will also be on my YouTube channel on Beth Blackmore. It will be easy to find, and I'll be posting it there probably within an hour or two, so you can check that out. I'm a Canadian. Okay. However, I now live in Boracay Island. Oh, do you ship to the Philippines? Yeah, I think Philippines. We're in the Philippines, Andia. She's going to check it out. Okay. So we can go to the LifeWave site, and I think we're in 84 countries now. So I think Philippines for sure.
I think it is. I think the Philippines are included, Beth.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Marcia. I know. Yeah. Thanks, Bradford. I know. Roger's story with his mom is super powerful. I think I was in tears the first time I heard it. And how do you know which patch to use? Okay, you just want to keep it super simple and X39 all the way. X39. And then, you could have a discussion with your sponsor. I mean, there's a lot of information that is available to you when you sign up. There's tons of information about different patches. It's online. It's on YouTube. We follow different doctors for their expertise as well. There's information when you sign up that we give you about other patches too that you can check out and investigate and do some research on. But I definitely encourage you to start with the X39. Some people are known as one patch wonders, where they put the patch on and they feel a shift right away. Other times it could take months. So I just encourage you to be consistent. There's this stat that we don't know, like we don't know what's kind of brewing underneath the hood, right? Until 75% of our mitochondria is dysfunctional. So it takes a long time to see, different side effects or sorry, experience different physical symptoms. And so oftentimes it's not going to happen overnight. However, you never know. You never know when you put the patch on what it's going to do for you and how long it's going to take for you to experience your experience. Based on studies, yeah, 97% of people get some benefit or some, I mean, they're getting benefit. It's just whether or not they can feel it, right? So they're getting benefit. There's definitely work going on that you may not feel or experience, but 97% of people experience something shift or a positive benefit within 3 months. Okay, Samsung has his or her. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, it's Leslie. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Leslie. How are
Anyway,
you?
I'm good.
Good.
I have a quick question. One of my, well, she's my friend, but she bought some patches and she started the X39 and now she's had a migraine. And that's the one thing that they've totally gotten rid of for me. So I just suggested that she make sure that she's hydrated and to put a pinch of, high quality salt in whatever she's drinking to make sure that it's absorbing properly. And I don't know what else, like stress and stuff like that. So you think
Yeah,
anything
I
else?
mean,
Like,
I
I mean,
just
it's going to
think,
take time.
yeah, it's going to take time, and the body is likely kind of, getting rid of toxins in the body. There is detox, like there's glutathione. It raises your glutathione by 30%. So there's definitely a detoxify, like the X39 alone does that. So there's definitely some detoxification going on in the body. Yes, definitely. It's all about hydration. With a good quality sea salt, keeping your body hydrated, resting, so not pushing it, listening to your body, because sometimes you could experience these detox effects. And so it's best to give yourself grace and listen to your body, rest when you need to, rest when your body is telling you to. Healing takes energy.
All
Andia,
right,
did
I'll
you want to?
share that with her. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to share about the migraine thing.
Yeah.
So, I have a friend who's on the patches, and she had that paradox. We call that a paradoxical symptom. Symptoms that happen at the beginning, sometimes we don't like the tiredness. Sometimes people get migraines, and just like what Beth has said, I second all of that. But I wanted to share a testimony of my friend. So she typically has migraines. So she knows the cadence of them, and they never really last more than 4 days. And I was actually home because I don't live near where she does, and I was home, and she had the start of a migraine that lasted 10 days. And she stuck through it. She was gonna take the patch off. Another thing you could tell people too when they have these kinds of symptoms that are more painful, like a migraine, that they could start using the patch for just like 4 hours a day and work their way up. And my friend, she did not want to do that. She's like, no, I want the pat. I know the patch is working and I want it to work. So she stuck it out and she continued to wear it, and she has felt amazing ever since. And right after that 10-day stint of migraines, she started having super significant um like strides in her health. So yeah, I'm not saying your friend has to power through it if she doesn't want to, but as far as like continuing wearing the patch 12 hours, but that is one thing you could mention to her if she wanted to start with like 4 hours and then add an hour every day.
Right. Thank you,
Okay, thanks
Anita.
so much. I never had any detox symptoms, so this is new. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any questions tonight? All right. Well, I so appreciate your time and being open to learning about this revolutionary phototherapy patch. As you can tell, we're pretty jazzed about it, pretty excited. And, you know, the testimonials and what we hear on the daily in our inbox is super powerful. It's super exciting. So I encourage you again to get back to the person that invited you on the call. They can answer more questions, get you signed up, and we hope to see you on the team soon. I hope you have a great night, everybody. Take care.